You can get a 40 to 50-gallon water heater fully supplied and installed by their licensed and insured technicians backed by a comprehensive warranty. For less than $2,000? Yeah, price check it. It's a deal. Just log on to gopascal.com and don't worry about hot water anymore.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly, local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I don't know what on time is for you, but yeah, you got here before the show started.
Whatever. Hey, have you ever seen anyone that takes so much pride in being the first one here?
Arkansas is special. Our people are honest and hardworking. The Brad Hendricks Law Firm is pure Arkansas. We were raised here, we live here, and we're straight shooters. Unfortunately, out-of-state lawyers who care nothing about Arkansas are advertising for your legal business. They don't understand that you don't hand Arkansans a pile of cow dung and try to tell us it's a rose. Don't be just a number. Call the Brad Hendricks Law Firm. Tradition, reputation, results.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, lots of sunshine. It'll be quite breezy today with northwesterly winds 15 to 30 miles per hour. Mainly clear, a cold one tonight, overnight low in the upper 20s. Back to sunshine, a high in the low to mid 50s on Thursday and Friday. Chance of showers back in the 50s. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by In Good Spirits, Fort Smith's premier source for fine wines, specialty beers, and liquor.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's #1 mobile app for placing sports wagers.
There's big news in the mobile sports betting business. Bet Saracen was just named the 15th largest sports book in America. That's because Arkansans like to do business with a winner. Find all your winners on Bet Saracen. Download it today and look for my R prop bet specials. I pick them, you win them.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
The holiday season can be stressful. Luckily, Dave and the crew at Eastside Liquor has everything you need for this time of year. Crowded homes, annoying relatives call for peppermint schnapps, or maybe you're just a typical brown water guy. It really doesn't matter, because Eastside Liquor can take care of everything you need. 9390 Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith with a convenient drive-thru. And you can call them, 479-452-7311. Eastside Liquor, everyday low prices on beer, wine, spirits, and cigars.
KERX, Paris Fort Smith.
Hey, we can't make you a morning person, but we can make your mornings.
ESPN 95.3.
This hour of the Morning Rush is driven by Rath Mitsubishi in Springdale and online at rathmitsubishi.com. You're rolling with Rath on the Morning Rush.
Roads? Well, we're going, we don't need roads.
Hand the ball to Donaldson, off the screen, Wolf underneath, pass knocked away at the horn, the shot's no good from Gale, and Arkansas wins it. Arkansas wins it, they knocked away the pass down low, Gale picked up the loose ball, threw it up as time expired. Defense at the end gives the Razorbacks a 2-point win over Michigan.
This is the Morning Rush.
New York.
Man, you really needed that one last night with some stuff that went down, not with the Arkansas basketball program the last few days, but I know people have been bummed about guys leaving the football team. Luckily, your basketball team came through last night. Welcome in. It's a What's Your Beef Wednesday edition of the Morning Rush. I'm happy this morning after a 2-point win over the Michigan Wolverines. We go live now to New York. Tommy, what was that like when Arkansas was down 15, then up 18, and essentially knocked a game-winning, what could have been assist away, then they still got a shot off? I mean, take us inside Madison Square Garden last night.
How the hell did we win that game? I mean, that was my first thought was, how did Arkansas win that basketball game after the way the first half played out? Unbelievable. That the energy was good. At first I thought the building was about 70-30 Arkansas, and then as Michigan got on the run, I questioned that. But they found the energy. They got the Michigan turnovers that aided them, and they finally got going with some three-point baskets. I mean, ice cold early in that game. Michigan couldn't miss, and it kind of all leveled out. But fortunate to escape Madison Square Garden last night with the win.
We will take it. Hey, like I mentioned, it is a What's Your Beef Wednesday here on the Morning Rush. If you have a beef, you can get them in. It's brought to you by our friends at Richard's Country Meat Market. We had Thanksgiving already. Now we got Christmas coming up. So this holiday season, make sure it's stress-free. You've got your selection of prime rib, pork crown roast, beef tenderloin, fresh fish, and more. They have the best meats for you this holiday feast. But don't forget about the sides, deli treats, and homemade desserts like pies, cookies, and banana pudding, just like Grandma's. For your convenience, give them a call, 479-443-0000. That's 443-0000. And you can check them out online at richardscountrymeatmarket.com, 3042 North Market Avenue in Fayetteville. Richard's Country Meat Market, where your holiday meals begin, as we get into our opening drive.
You said the Razorbacks just beat Michigan. Y'all thinking about that? I just got to give y'all, I got to give the Razorbacks props. Under Nolan Richardson, man, y'all used to break my heart. That was really cool, by the way, just to be in the middle of y'all doing it. Big time. That's great. You should give yourselves a round of applause on that.
This is the opening drive presented by First Financial Mortgage in Fort Smith.
Tommy, I doubt you recognize that voice, but Justin Timberlake was in North Little Rock and had a concert at Simmons Bank Arena, and that was a conversation that Sydney Fields caught on her camera on social media and posted of Timberlake talking about Arkansas and the connections there. And whether it was Justin Timberlake, whether it was Cal just immediately going on with Scott Van Pelt last night following the 2-point win, Karl Anthony Towns, former Kentucky Wildcat, current New York Knit, was on the halftime broadcast last night. When you lose with this Arkansas basketball team, it's going to be rough. It's going to be rougher than it's ever been. People are going to go at Cal like no coach has ever before. But when you win and you're in the spotlight outside of that national championship, Tommy, I don't know if the spotlight's going to be greater than what you have right now.
Well, I can tell you this, it won't be any cooler than last night. Madison Square Garden, everything you just mentioned, big stage, huge ESPN made-for-TV event. That's about as glamorous as it gets in December. Getting to play in this city. I know the team's flying back. They haven't already this morning. There's just, I mean, I'm just telling you, I was in awe of Madison Square Garden last night. It was just,
it's
you
cool,
think about
isn't
the
it?
history. Oh, it is. You just think about the history. You think about, it's probably most known for hockey, but it is, it's breathtaking to take in for the first time, and to go in there and win really makes that memory for Arkansas fans something sweet. Because was it 97 the last time you played in Madison Square Garden? So to go in there and win under Cal, that's why you hired Cal. That's why you pay all the money. That's why you raised the money with Tyson and Stevens and the others to get the players, is to go win games like that last night, because I think we all agree Michigan's going to be a tournament team in March.
They hadn't won since 1990. Cal has literally been there almost 30 times. Tommy, did you hear this last night? I'm assuming I didn't hear it during the game, and I know that's a New York Knicks team, but they didn't play the Organs at all, did they, last night?
No, didn't hear that last night. So.
Well, let me ask you this. It appeared on television that there were more Arkansas fans than Michigan fans. I didn't realize that I had several. Was that actually the case, being there last night?
Slight edge to Arkansas. I think some of the Tennessee fans also SEC'd up a little bit last night. But now Arkansas was well represented here in New York City. And I was saying that yesterday, I think, with you guys, that, if you had 10,000 people here to represent the Hogs, you can get lost pretty quick in Manhattan with 10,000 people. But they all congregated last night. There was a lot of red in the arena. And I sent you some videos of hog calls and some different things I posted on social media. When it got going, it made quite a presence. Now, Michigan did as well. Don't let me. I don't want to sell them short because their fans showed up and they were loud in their moments. But it was it's quite a scene. I had a really good vantage point for the game, and it was Arkansas should be proud of what they did to get up here and represent the way they did. For some, that will be their bowl game. And I know Memphis is close, and that may or may not excite. I think for a lot of people, this was the money they were going to spend on a bowl trip, was coming here for this. I don't know if it's a once in a lifetime experience, but I don't know when's the next time Arkansas is going to come to the Big Apple.
Well, according to Cal, next year. I mean, Cal said after the game on social media, looks like we need to come back to Madison Square Garden next year. Great atmosphere and great for our experience. I'm in. I think that's an easy sell for Arkansas fans, especially if you play a team with tradition like Michigan, and more importantly, if you win that basketball game as they did last night.
No offense to Muss, no offense to any other coach in Arkansas's legacy other than Nolan Richardson. Cal's got he's got the stroke to make that happen. If he calls ESPN up and says, I want to do this next year, I want to be one of your 4 teams, it's done because he moves the needle. They're not picking Arkansas, they're picking Cal. And I don't say that disrespectfully to the program, but we just have to accept that's the reality. Cal wants to be back up here. And listen, you had a player from New Jersey, a player from New York, player from Pennsylvania. I mean, so it makes a lot of sense for him. This is where he wants to get some players like Boogie Flan, who was huge last night in that win.
Yeah, and you think about some of the recruits, like you said, that are in the future. That is something that he is definitely always is on the mind of John Calipari. That is your opening drive this morning. It's brought to you by First Financial Mortgage. Ethan helped me with my mortgage, and he can help you with yours too. Give him a call, 479-782-9300, or go online to ffb1.com. If you go to his Google reviews, you'll see over 300 5-star reviews. First Financial Mortgage, in the business of you, equal housing lender.
Hey, Big C.
Yes,
Big
sir.
C, are you there? Somebody has a birthday today, don't they?
And that would be Ty Richardson.
Somebody has turned the big 3-0 today. Happy birthday, Ty.
Thank you. We're
30.
I was
You're
hoping
no
we
longer a
could
kid anymore.
we could delay this another, hour and 50 minutes.
I sent you a cash app.
Thank you. You didn't have to do that, Christian. Appreciate it.
How much did you cash out? $30?
20.
20.
That's going to go towards a pizza tonight. So I appreciate it. I want to ask
happy birthday, my friend.
Thank you. I want to ask this question because I figured this might come up at some point as I have moved on to this stage of life. And I'm not making this about me. I'm more asking of what changes when you turn 30? 877-377-6963. Like that. I'm turning over, quote unquote, a new leaf. Like, what is different about being 30 years old relative to my 20s, if anything? There might not be a single change, but I'm
Generally,
curious.
for a lot of people, when you get in your 30s, your kids are getting into grade school. So I can't say that for you. When you get into your 30s, a lot of people start having a receding hairline. I can't say that for you. You're advanced for your age. So, I can't say this. You probably bought your first home by the age 30. Well, you just mentioned Ethan, and you can check that box. So, Big C, what's the next thing for Ty? We got to get him married off at some point in his 30s. We can't be 40 and be single. So,
what by 35? At least.
Yeah, that's the recent age that I told my uncle that, hey, if I'm not married by 35, you probably should not expect it to happen in any time in the future whatsoever. But I mean, it is nice to do whatever I want every minute of every day imaginable. That's hard to beat too. But there obviously are some pros.
You can right now you get you're trying to figure out what to do, and you got to figure it out on your own. See, if you get married, you get someone to tell you what to do and to point you in the right direction and keep you on the right track. Isn't that right, Laura? I'm in trouble now.
There you go.
I mean, that's the thing about getting married. You don't have to worry about what to do or where to go or how to dress. You got someone to make those decisions for you.
Exactly. Well, Tommy is with Laura in New York City. They're going to fly back here soon. And
we're on our way.
It's LaGuardia. Did I say that right? I feel like I'm mispronouncing every time. Well, he's behind enemy lines, courtesy of our friends at Mock Legal Solutions, now in Fort Smith and in Sallisaw, Oklahoma. Jackie and her team can help you out with anything you need. 479-769-1505. Mock Legal Solutions, real advice, reasonable price. And by Futural Marine. Futural Marine, your duck boat authority, proudly powered by Tohatsu Outboards. Tohatsu Outboards, feel the wind. Log on to futuralmarine.com. The hunt starts here. So did you feel like you accomplished everything in New York City? I know it was a quick trip, being that you flew in on Sunday.
Yeah.
That's a quick turnaround, but did you miss out on anything you really felt like that you should have taken advantage of?
Yeah, we didn't get to the World Trade Center. Didn't get to. I mean, I drove by it on a bus, kind of one of them open air bus tours. But I mean, no, between all the hard work and staying focused on the mission here. And by the way, I do want to mention behind enemy lines, I'm 2-0. You're about 1-15, something like that.
I've got more than one win, but I wasn't gonna correct you on social media for
okay.
being inaccurate. But that's okay.
2-14.
It's more than that, but thank you.
No, we can go check the records. But no, this is a place you need 4 or 5 days of in a plan. My wife hates having a plan when you're on vacation, but you can't come to New York City without having at least a framework of what you want to do, because there's so much you get lost. I mean, you get lost in all the things that are happening here. But no, I didn't. I don't think we. The main thing we accomplished was getting Arkansas a win at Madison Square Garden. That was job one, and that happened last night.
Well, we got Tommy, we got a text. You're talking about being with your loving wife this morning. I got a text from Mountain Home. It says, at 30 years old, everyone else's expectations are for you to change. So we can ask, maybe this is the better question. At 30 years old, what do I need to change outside the prospect of having a woman in my life? What is something that I need to change after working nearly 6.5 years with you?
Not a thing. Not a thing. You just keep being you.
Okay.
So
that's what I want to hear. Guys don't really like
for somebody else.
Guys
Just
don't
be
really
you.
like change.
Yeah.
Text out of Springdale says, if you don't have kids, nothing is different about your 30s outside.
You'll change plenty when you get a woman.
Yeah, outside of not bouncing back as quick after maybe a rough night. Noah, another text out of Fayetteville, nothing changes at 30. 40 seems to be when things change.
It takes a little more rest. Kind of like imagine a basketball that starts deflating a little bit, and when you bounce it in your 20s, it comes all the way back up, right? Because it's full of air. Well, it deflates a little bit in the 30s. So when you bounce the basketball, it doesn't quite come all the way back to where it was. So that'll happen as you hit the milestones here.
Seth and Rogers says the way you cook pork butt is you probably need to change it. The grill's almost done. It's still sitting outside in the carport.
Oh, how long has that been?
About 4 months.
Oh my Lord.
Yeah, not great. Not.
Am I going to send my wife over there and fix that for you?
If she wants to, she can. It'd be better off than it just sitting out there. All right. What else is happening?
Assembly projects.
Well, she has one if she wants to. All right. What else is happening outside of Arkansas basketball? Football-wise, this Braylon Russell saga has been interesting. So it sounded like he was entering the portal, and he did. It looked like. Now, just to be clear, we don't have, like, me and Tommy can't pull up a transfer portal login and directly see. Coaches have access to it. I don't know if administrators have access to it, but apparently he entered, and then now he's back. Tommy, my first thought, now I have no idea if this is true or not. This is rampant speculation on my part. But if he entered like he reportedly did and then came back out, is it just like easy for me to assume that he got paid to come back to Arkansas? Or
that's not an unreasonable.
Is that okay? I just want to make sure. I say unreasonable things on this show from time to time, but that's where my head initially went when I saw the news that he was entered, and then came back.
Well, I saw a graphic, accurate or not, last night. It had all the SEC teams listed by transfer portal numbers, and Arkansas was at 21, and then it went all the way down to Georgia and Texas, who had like 3, 4, somewhere in that neighborhood. So a little bit alarming, but you're not the only team that's got, a dozen and a half plus in the portal. The portal will take it, but it will also give it at some point. Question is, do you have confidence in your coaching staff to take the money you have available, the money that's coming through rev share, and make the right selections. The question I've also got is why? Why are all these players entering? Is there a cultural issue? Is there a foundational problem that, from the outside looking in, you're just not going to be aware of? Because, man, all these hit at once. Or is this becoming like peer pressure? Hey, all the cool guys on the team are in the portal. I need to as well. I don't want to be left behind. I don't want to be here by myself. Is there something to that? I don't know. But there's clearly something within the four walls that we're not plugged into or tapped into that, leaves you to speculate, but I don't want to do that. But there's something that's, to me, foundationally needs to look at.
If you've got some thoughts on it, you can jump in here at 877-377-6963. Other news, and we'll stay within football for a sec. See, Belichick sounds like it's going to get hired by North Carolina. Like, that's moving forward. This is, what's this guy's name? Ollie. I'm forgetting his last name, but he's agreed to become the UNC head coach, talking about Belichick. Apparently handed the school a 400-page organizational Bible with structure, payment plans, staffing choices, decisions, whether commit, and he's expected to know their decision within 24 hours.
Think he made that?
I would think so.
Wow.
But I don't know if that made its way to New York, Tommy, but that would be quite interesting. I haven't checked this morning if there's been much of an update on that, but man.
You could do a lot worse than Bill Belichick. How does that resonate with today's college player that would be in the portal? How does that resonate with, the 16, 17, 18-year-old kid you'd be recruiting? I don't know. They're all going to know the name Belichick, but as far as getting you draft ready, getting you ready to play pro football, is there a coach that you could think of that would be a better person than Bill Belichick to show you what it's like to be a professional football player?
Mm-hmm. Still nothing from like the North Carolina football Twitter account or anything like that. But your point's well made. Like it's hard to foresee a coach in college football with Nick Saban gone. I know Kirby Smart has put a lot of guys in the NFL lately for the Georgia Bulldogs, but even Kirby doesn't have the NFL connections that Bill Belichick has.
Well, and you say you hadn't heard anything. Well, hell, if he gave him a 400-page organizational Bible,
they got to go through.
They're still reading it.
That's a good point.
It may take a few days.
That is a good point. Didn't think about that. Again, we continue to see changes within college sports, but I thought that was a notable story. It's from Ollie Connolly, but I just checked the North Carolina account. There's been no update as of this morning with what's going on. All right, we continue on this hour. Tommy's going to stay with us here. We got our Hog update coming up. We're going to hear more from John Calipari after their 2-point win over the Michigan Wolverines last night. More from you. Still getting text in about advice for turning 30 years old. I will take that for the next 2 hours and honestly for the rest of my life. Anytime you want to give me advice, you can do so at 877-377-6963. Here's some advice. Take advantage of Sean and his team at Defense Man. 479-782-3936. That's 479-782-3936. Whether you have commercial things you need to get taken care of, whether you have residential, it can be something repaired, it can be a fence, whatever you need, Sean and his team can help you out. They do things small. They do things big. It is all encompassing at Defense Man. One more time, 479-782-3936. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. Big plays, Matt, last night made by several different Arkansas Razorbacks, but I got to give credit to where credit is due. Trevin Brazil had himself a game last night, was really encouraged by some of the stuff that he did, and was high-flying per usual when he had the opportunity and made a big block down the stretch.
Wolf out front, gets a hard screen, left side of the lane, low block, dumps it underneath, golden shot blocked by Brazil, and then they had to foul Trevin after he came up with the ball. Brazil blocked the 7-footer shot, then they fouled him.
I know Coach wasn't too happy about his free throw shooting and others' free throw shooting, but we'll jump more into that as we continue on. Hey, I had an opportunity to help out a friend of mine, Chris Brewer, at USA Fireworks. Chris had an old website. It was outdated. It needed some revamping. I brought him and talked to him about Modular Orange, which is an awesome website maker. I mean, Jordan Carmen and his team do a fantastic job with Mat 6 Studios. And listen to this. For only $95 a month, you're going to get your website written, designed, launched, and hosted and secured. You can focus on your business. Let Modular Orange focus on your website. If you're just using Facebook, you need something more. Modular Orange, just $95 a month to build a website.
Coverage is presented by Petro Marine, your duckboat authority, proudly powered by Tohatsu Outboards. Tohatsu Outboards, feel the wind. Log on to futuromarine.com. And by Mock Legal Solutions, now in Fort Smith and Sallisaw, Oklahoma. Quality legal services for a low, flat cost. Call Jackie Mock at 479-769-1505. Mock Legal Solutions, real advice, reasonable price.
It's been waiting for you. Welcome to New York. Welcome to
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Hey, Hog fans, this is Matt.
This is Elizabeth.
And this is Robert, and we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville. The largest Razorback store south of the North Pole. I should say it?
Say what?
Mom, I think he wants to say that it's Christmas time.
Okay, you can say it.
It's Christmas, everyone, and guess what, guys?
What?
Santa shop's here at the Stadium Shop.
Oh,
Lord, Mom, here comes that dad side. Nope, I saw him. Matt, you still do believe in Santa, right? Sure. Believers do get more presents.
Okay, so what did he get?
Let me guess. A couch for the elves, collars for the reindeer, maybe even a hoodie for Frosty. You know how cold he gets being made of snow and all.
And let me guess, some Razorback jewelry for Mrs. Fogg?
Well, yeah, Matt, you better get that Google machine all warmed up. He said he was going to be ordering some more stuff.
Google machine?
Yeah, you know, the interfacegram www.
I think
he's talking about our website, which you should know by now, Dad. It's shoponrazorback.com.
Or have Santa give us a call at 479-STADIUM. That's 479-782-3486.
So come by 989 South Razorback Road in Fayetteville, and you just might catch Santa Hog. Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us.
Ho, ho, ho.
Brother, you just turned the light bulb on.
This is the Morning Rush.
Hi, everybody. Larry Rath here for Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, where all we do is keep you rolling. If you're needing a used car, we've got them. Everything from the most affordable cash cars to road-ready certified with warranty. The best used cars your money can buy. And we've got a finance option for everyone, whether you have great credit and you're looking for the best rate or you're needing to build your credit with a reputable lender. We've got you. Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center. All the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath.
Waldron Wave Rural Connect. Internet is now available in your area. Fast fiber internet and full-featured home phone are ready for you. This covers areas around Waldron, Bates, Winfield, Y-City, and more. Check out your address online today. The best whole home solution of internet and phone, all from a local provider you can trust. Order online at signup.waveruralconnect.com or call 1-833-492-8372. Arkansas Valley Electric and Wave Rural Connect, changing the communities we serve.
Let me grab my car keys and we'll roll.
We still going to that new bar downtown?
Yeah, it's supposed to be fun. Lexi, give me driving directions from home to downtown Bar District.
Autocorrect. Suggest Uber. Pick up. Home. Drop off downtown Bar District.
No, I'm driving.
Suggest the Metro bus. Departing in 12 minutes.
Point taken, Lexi. We'll grab a ride.
If you drink, don't drive. Decide to ride. Brought to you in partnership by Anheuser-Busch, Mothers Against Drunk Driving, and Uber.
Swing into savings this Christmas at the Golf Nut with these unbeatable offers. TaylorMade QI10 woods and irons up to $100 off. Ping G430 driver, only $399. And Callaway AI smoke driver, now only $499.99. Lessons are always a great idea for your golfer. Contact Matt Brooks to set up an appointment. Give the gift of a better game this Christmas at the Golf Nut, 5121 Towson Avenue in Fort Smith. Shop now and make this season a hole-in-one.
I doubt you thought paint was anything like football, right? So you've got a favorite football team. Your painting team at the paint store in Van Buren gets you a solid primer, the perfect color, and a durable defense. That is what you want, right? Our team of Richards Paint and expertise always win for you. Whether contractor or do-it-yourself, we have the best team. The paint store in Van Buren. Go Hogs!
Catch your wife kissing Santa Claus, whose real name is Bobby from down the street? Want to know your rights in a divorce, custody, child support case? I'm Jackie Mock with Mock Legal Solutions. Call me today to discuss your options. Start the new year off with a new lease on life for you, and let Santa have her. Mock Legal Solutions, 479-769-1505. Real advice, reasonable price.
Dozy Place has now been serving award-winning steaks for over 20 years. Celebrate your special birthday, holiday, person, or just because at Dozy Place. Start with delicious appetizers and your choice of drinks from the largest selection of wines, beer, and liquor in the River Valley. Dozy Place is open Tuesday through Thursday 5 till 9 and Friday and Saturday 5 till 10. Reservations are recommended, so call 784-9111. 784-9111 for Dozy Place, 422 North 3rd Street, Fort Smith.
The tires on your vehicle go round and round, but when they don't, go to Van Alma Tire. They have tires in their name. That's their specialty. Van Alma Tire is all about tires. They have all the name brands and private labels available for you and in stock. So when it comes to getting tires for your ride, it's worth the drive. And financing is available. Ask for details. Whatever your tire need, check out Van Alma Tires on Highway 64 between Van Buren and Alma. Ready to get you rolling on new tires at Van Alma Tire.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Arkansas football. It's the players running through the A. Hoghats. It's more than 70,000 fans calling Woo Pig Suey.
Yes, sir. Guys, I've got just one thing I want to say to you. Touchdown, Arkansas!
This is your Hog Update on the Morning Rush. Brought to you by Mr. Sparky. Need a licensed electrician to service your home? For one of their local pros, call 888-8-SPARKY.
Boogie Flan had over 40 family members in attendance last night, Madison Square Garden. Arkansas wins 89-87. Him, DJ, played relatively close to Madison Square Garden than, say, some other guys on that roster. Here are both of the guys after the game, not only playing in that experience, but also thanking the Arkansas fans.
I feel like everybody should want to play here. You know, this is one of the most famous arenas. You know, for me, I got to come back to my hometown and, you know, do it in front of the people that I love. But I feel like everybody should want to play in the Garden. You know, it's one of the most famous arenas, like I said. You know, it's just a blessing to be here, play here.
Oh, yeah. It just felt good. Just, you know, like you said, having that support, seeing all that red in the arena, just in the stands, just seeing all the people cheering us. And I feel like it definitely helped us and brought more competitiveness out of us, you know, just hearing everybody cheering for us and stuff like that. When it comes to playing here, you know, like I said, it's just a blessing. You know, it's an honor to play here. There's a lot of greats that played in here. And as a kid, you know, this is something you dream of. So Coach saying that, you know, I feel like he's right. You know, he should play in here every year.
Boogie ended.
There's no atmosphere like it.
Boogie ended his night 20 points, 7 assists. DJ had 16 points, 5 assists, and 3 rebounds. DJ hit some big-time threes in that game last night. So love seeing not just both of them play well, but Arkansas pull it out last night in the game. Cal, after the game, it's like, guys, hold up a little bit. We've lost some games, but they were against good teams.
I just laughed that we lose to Baylor and Illinois. They're both top 15 teams. Yeah. And all of a sudden we're like, you know, chopped liver. Wait a minute, we're pretty good. Being 8-2, we got some home games. I'm going to tell you, this league, everyone in the league is looking like, where do we win a game? Everybody.
It is tough right now in the Southeastern Conference. You think about the top, the creme de la creme, Alabama, Auburn, and Tennessee to me have kind of separated themselves. But Arkansas is going to be in that mix as second tier, and hopefully they'll reach in that first tier later on this season. We'll see. Again, we're a while out from conference play, but just thought that was a pretty good insight from John Calipari and what the SEC is going to be like when it comes to the rest of the way. Also want to mention congratulations to Andrew Armstrong and Landon Jackson, who were named second team All-SEC by the coaches.
Second team.
And then Fernando Carmona and Xavier Sawyer were third team by the coaches in the All-SEC selections. And there's one more thing I wanted to get in. Oh, Izzy Hickenbotham, co-SEC Player of the Week for women's basketball. That is your Hog Update this morning, brought to you by our friends at Mr. Sparky.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
All right, we go to Searcy and welcome in our buddy Brent this morning. Brent, what do you have for us at 9:31 on the Morning Rush?
Well, first of all, Ty Richardson, I have to wish you a happy birthday.
Thanks, buddy.
because I've got a birthday coming up on the 13th on Friday.
Okay.
I'm a lot older. I'm going to be a lot older than you at 30, Ty. And my life did not change at 30. My life did not change at 40. My life did not change at 50. But when I hit 55, I started going to bed early, about 8 o'clock every night.
Okay. I've heard about the early. I go to bed pretty early now. I'm typically in bed by 8:30, Brent.
Oh, yeah, because it's cold and there's nothing to do now this time of year at night.
Yeah.
So, but I want to talk to you about that old school Razorback toboggan you got on today.
Oh yeah, this
You
was
don't
my my grandpa's, my late grandpa's toboggan.
That's 1970s toboggan right there, baby.
Yeah, Brent, my grandma, when my grandpa passed away, he had a bunch of old Razorback stuff and really just stuff in general. And she's like, I don't want to give this away. You wear it. I was like, I like this stuff, so absolutely.
Oh yeah, but let's talk about this basketball team last night. Goodness gracious, they fought the entire game to came back from 15 down, got up by 18 in the second half, and had to fight the last 5 or 6 minutes to hold on. But they did. It was fantastic. It is something Razorback fans needed that to happen last night to help our psyche a little bit.
Oh, no question.
And I've got a question. Are you telling me the SEC coaches did not think Andrew Armstrong was a first string all SEC wide receiver?
Yeah,
nobody could cover him.
I saw some Arkansas fans complaining about that. They had Luther Burden and freshman, what I'm assuming All-American Ryan Williams in that slot. These are coaches. My thing, it's one thing if it's media, and this is no shot at Andrew, but I mean, Luther Burden's probably a first or second round draft pick. Ryan's well on his way to being a first round draft pick in 2 years, Brent. Again, Andrew was fantastic. He led the SEC in a lot of different statistics, but I typically, I get mad when they don't do the right thing because they don't do their homework, but I trust SEC coaches, and it's probably not that wide of a gap either, but if you had to pick it, even though Arkansas really shut down Luther Burden in that game and Missouri didn't really shut down Andrew, I understand why the rationale they selected the way they did. Hey, we've got our Fence Man Friday picks coming back this Friday. Tommy's going to be back in studio tomorrow. I know Sean's itching to get back here. Listen, you talk about a dedicated guy. He missed last week because of a client. So I know he's excited to get back. So we'll get that later on Friday. We've got our Morning Rush Daily Question coming up in just a bit. Your calls and texts more than welcome at 877-377-6963. It's a What's Your Beef Wednesday, brought to you by our friends at Richard's Country Meat Market. Getting you ready for this Christmas season, 479-443-0000. We'll get to some of our beefs as we roll on a What's Your Beef Wednesday coming up next. Stay with us.
Woof, woof. They're saying it's like SEC baseball. Every game in basketball now is a game you can lose.
This is the Morning Rush.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Hey, Hog fans, this is Matt.
This is Elizabeth.
And this is Robert, and we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville. The largest Razorback store south of the North Pole. I should say it?
Say what?
Mom, I think he wants to say that it's Christmas time.
Okay, you can say it.
It's Christmas, everyone, and guess what, guys?
What?
Santa shop's here at the Stadium Shop. Oh, Lord, Mom, here comes that dad side. Nope, I saw him, Matt. You still do believe in Santa, right? Sure. Believers do get more presents.
Okay, so what did he get?
Let me guess. A couch for the elves, collars for the reindeer, maybe even a hoodie for Frosty. You know how cold he gets being made of snow and all.
And let me guess, some Razorback jewelry for Mrs. Claus?
Well, yeah, Matt, you better get that Google machine all warmed up. He said he was going to be ordering some more stuff.
Google machine?
Yeah, you know, the interfacegram WW.
I think he's talking about our website, which you should know by now, Dad. It's shoponrazorback.com.
Or have Santa give us a call at 479-STADIUM. That's 479-782-3486.
So come by 989 South Razorback Road in Fayetteville, and you just might catch Santa Hog.
Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us. Ho, ho, ho.
Does that mean I'm an old fart?
This is the Morning Rush.
Valley Family Dental, formerly known as Riley Farm Dental, at the entrance to Riley Farms, provides every type of dental care and procedure for you and your family. Dr. Sparkman, Farmer, and now Dr. Blaine Van Nice work to give all of their patients better lives with a better smile. Valley Family Dental, now offering same-day crown service. Mention you heard this ad on ESPN Radio at your next appointment and receive a free bleaching kit or $100 off in-office accelerated whitening. Call 226-3500 for an appointment or visit valleyfamilydentalpractice.com.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp, refreshing, and ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
Harry Robinson Salisal Ford wants to buy or trade for your vehicle today, and they will give you top dollar. Pre-owned car values are at historic all-time highs, and your car today is worth more than it ever will be again. If you are driving a 2013 model or newer with 120,000 miles or less, bring it to Harry Robinson Salisal Ford, and they'll give you more than any other dealer. Even if you don't want to buy a new car, they'll still buy yours. Harry Robinson Salisal Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Salisal.
Over the river and through the woods, to Salisaw we go. Mock Legal Solutions is opening a second location.
On ESPN Arkansas, download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
It's a dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacale.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse.
Some serious crappie.
Nice speck.
We got trophies.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
BetOnline continues to be the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for online betting. From the earliest odds to in-game live betting, BetOnline provides you with all the action and the ability to watch the games as they happen. With the largest selection of odds on everything from football, the NBA, and college basketball, NHL to UFC. Head to BetOnline today and don't forget to use the promo code BELIEVE for your welcome bonus on your first deposit. BetOnline, the game starts here.
Hey, ESPN 96.3 and hitthatline.com. Have you been to Swark Liquor? Trey Gentry and his team have a phenomenal spot. It's the first liquor stop in Arkansas for our Dallas and Texas fans traveling up to the hill. So if you're heading to Fayetteville, the lake, a cabin weekend, hunting, fishing, or any other activity you need your favorite drink, stop by Swark Liquor. And check out their apparel too. You'll want to wear it. Swark Liquor, 864 East Collin Ray Drive into Queen, Arkansas. Swark Liquor, we promise to keep them cold for you.
Hey everybody, this is Tyson Van. Dad, tell everyone about your job at Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash.
Power washing, son. I've been working in the business for over 15 years, all over the River Valley and Northwest Arkansas, residential or commercial. At Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash, our cleaning services include exterior home, fence, driveways, walkways, gutters, pool deck cleansing, and more.
Call my dad at 479-763-5561.
Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash. One call cleans it all.
Is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Check out Nate and Christian's Place in Lowell online at carpathsocial.com.
All right, the last Morning Rush Daily Question that I'll do before Tommy gets back. Now, he's just got a knack for these. I'm just kind of mid at him. So here's our Cart Pass Social Morning Rush Daily Question. Apparently it's National Have a Bagel Day. Do you prefer cream cheese or butter on your bagel? Big C, we'll start with you. You can call or text us at 877-377-6963. Obviously, if you want to talk Arkansas football in the transfer portal, the 2-point win over Michigan last night, happy to field your call. But for now, cream cheese or butter, Christian?
Ooh, that's tougher than I thought.
This is easy for me.
I feel like cream cheese just belongs better on a bagel, but
a schmear.
Butter is a good, second option.
I don't like cream cheese. Most dishes that have it, you have to lie to me and not say it. I don't know what it is. I've had whether it's bad experience as a kid or what. I'll take butter every time, and I see so many people look at me funny when I ask for it instead of cream cheese. Just not a fan. I know there's different flavors. I know there's different types. But Tommy's in New York. It's one of I feel like the bagel capital of the world. I would do butter on my bagel if I was in New York right now, and I would probably get looked at funny, but I've always been that way when it comes to the choice. BE says butter on an everything season. Doug says both. Lots of butter and lots of cream cheese. Can't say I would jump on board with you, Doug, but at least I appreciate you being authentic when it comes to National Have a Bagel Day and the decision between cream cheese or butter, which for some people it's easy like me. For others, it sounds like it's you got to have both on that. I haven't had a bagel in a while. I need to get one of those. Now I'm hungry. I haven't eaten anything. Do you eat before you come here, Christian? Before we wrap this up?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I don't either.
If I have time, I'll go get something.
Wake up at 4:15, drink coffee at about 8:55, and drink it the rest of the show. But yeah, just don't eat till close to 12.
I usually just grab anything. I mean, I'll eat ice cream in the morning.
Just
I know
whatever.
You've seen me do that.
Yeah, I have seen you do that. All right, that is your Cart Pass Social Morning Rush Daily Question. I actually got a text from I think Christian and Nate this morning wishing me a happy birthday. Two of my buddies that I've known since college, and they've actually done something with their life, unlike me. They've opened up this incredible Northwest Arkansas golf facility, not just for people that live in Northwest Arkansas, but all Arkansans, Oklahomans, Missourians, all over. If you have an interest in one of over 500 courses, majors, you can play Augusta, you can play the Blessings, our own backyard. Do so at Cart Pass Social. And you might say, well, Ty, is it just for staunch golfers? No. If you just a casual, you want to hang out, friends, maybe you got a corporate event you got to plan, late Christmas party edition, Cart Pass Social, the place to do it. CartPassSocial.com, 122 Grant Place in Lowell, and the most important thing, BYOB. Bring your own food, bring your own alcohol at Cart Pass Social. All right, so jumping back into last night, I'll play this a little bit during the break, but just think about where SEC basketball is right now. Here's Cal when he gets asked about it by SVP.
Ooh. Woof. They're saying it's like SEC baseball. Every game in the basketball now is a game you can lose.
He's got some funny phrases here and there. Like he popped off last night and said,
does that mean I'm an old fart?
I got a kick out of that. And I just as far as the SEC basketball goes, it's not top heavy. I mean, any given night, you think about Arkansas' schedule. So you start against Tennessee on January the 4th, which is a Saturday. Thompson Bowling's going to be rowdy. That's a noon game on ESPN. And then you play Ole Miss at home, which I'm going to be honest, I haven't paid a lick of attention to how Chris Beard and company are doing. I'm just going to assume they're good based on Chris Beard, knowing what you have to deal with there. So you play Barnes, then you play Beard, then you got to take on Todd Golden in Florida. That's another home game. That's your first Saturday game inside of Bud Walton Arena. That should be good. I think that will be the biggest crowd that you've had in Bud Walton Arena to date, with the exception of the Kansas game. And then we'll see what happens after that. But 3 games between now and then. You've got UCA and North Little Rock, I should say, this Saturday. You've got the North Carolina A&T game in Bud Walton Arena next Saturday. And then you got Oakland the Monday before New Year's Eve in Bud Walton Arena. That's your setup before SEC play. A couple of things you had to like last night. Jonas Adu starting to play some more minutes. His box score doesn't blow you away. He was 3 of 6, had 11 points. Had a couple blocks, but I look at the 7 rebounds. I look at the change of possessions that could have been that he was able to keep alive just by making plays. The blocks that could have been layups. I mean, I like what I saw from Jonas Adu. Here's a quick word for Cal on him.
Jonas defensively and rebounding.
That's what he does, and that's what you need for this Arkansas basketball team. He's your only like absolute force inside. You've got some guys that can make plays occasionally. I know Big Z has a good number of blocks so far this season, but he is not the same force inside that Jonas. He's not the same intimidating guy as Jonas Adu inside. I thought Trevin Brazil making plays last night along with Jonas Adu.
I had to Gale to the rim, blocked from behind. They let it stand, no goaltend. Brazil on the other end. Trevin on a run out, throws it down with one hand.
I thought that was encouraging last night, Christian, because he has to play both ways. Like, it would be really easy for him to sulk after he missed those 2 free throws late. What does he do? He blocks that shot the next sequence. He at least hit one of his next free throws, and Arkansas is able to survive because that defensive prowess came up big in a clutch moment.
Yeah, the blocked shots and then, finishing down low. And I think it was last night his first three-pointer of the year.
I don't have that in front of me, but he did knock down one. Yeah, John L. Davis. And another guy to mention, like you look at John L., I'm just kind of looking at the box score. John L. Davis was 2 for 8 last night, only finished with 6 points, did hit a clutch 3 in that run. But John L. had the play of the game with the deflection. And it threw Michigan out of sync. They still got a shot up last night, but he made a play when it counted. Here's Cal on that.
He got beat on the back door, but he dives on the floor and tips it away. He tips it away, and that's why we win.
So I'm kind of beat-bopping around there on certain players last night. And again, not everyone performed as much as they wanted to in Madison Square Garden. Even when you look at Boogie was 6 for 18. I know he finished with 20 points, but that's 33%. At the end of the day, you got the win. And Cal talked about it after. He's like, there's some guys on our team that if they're not playing well, they're not as into the team. And there's other guys that doesn't matter if they're playing well or not, as long as the team's doing good. That's good. 89-87, the final, the most important. And that's a top 15 team, Michigan is. Dusty May has gotten a lot of good transfers this season. You think about getting Donaldson from Auburn. You were able to get Wolf from one of the, I think it was Yale, if I remember that right. You got Walters from Alabama. Pippen's kids on the team. So that's a good squad, and they'll make some noise in the Big Ten. Not necessarily say they're going to win the Big Ten, but you definitely wanted it last night. I think when you look at the bird's eye view per se, it wasn't just the win. Like, you got the win, but it was also just how much was concentrated on John Calipari, starting with really Scott Van Pelt postgame.
And Arkansas gets a big win by 2 in New York, and John Calipari is standing by. John, hey, it's Scott. It's great to talk to you. I appreciate you visiting with me.
Scotty.
He led off one of the most popular sports shows in the country last night, Your Head Basketball Coach. And I don't want to diminish what Eric Musselman did here. I love Muss. I still do. I'm eternally grateful for what him, Danielle, Matthew, Michael, their entire family, Mariah did here. But from a present standpoint, not on the court, because we saw what Muss did on the court, 2 Elite Eights, 3 Sweet 16s. Like, this is a guy, I guess 2 and 1. This is a guy in John Calipari that just has an aura and a presence that's unmatched in college basketball. And your program is the benefit of that. Hey, speaking of benefits, there's always seemed to be benefits when you stop by Andy's Frozen Custard. Always sweet, always delicious. I have half a mind to go in the freezer right now and take the one that's been sitting there. Andy's brought by some stuff, and someone at our office didn't eat theirs. And I'm going to be honest, I've thought about just going in and taking it since it's been there for about 2 weeks or so. But you can check out one of their many locations, like in Fort Smith, Conway, and in North Little Rock as well. Always satisfying, always sweet. Whenever my aunt comes into town from Dallas, she's like, man, we just don't have as good of stuff like Andy. So she always gets it. I know it's a perfect treat, whether it's the pick six, maybe you need one basketball, you need a sweet treat after the basketball season, or baseball coming up, Andy's can keep you covered. Again, swing by the Rogers location in Fort Smith, the 2 locations in Conway, and don't forget about JFK Boulevard in North Little Rock. Always with the walk-up and drive-through, Andy's frozen custard ready to serve you. All right, 877-377-6963, our number that you can call or text in here on this What's Your Beef Wednesday. We haven't really latched onto our beefs yet, so let's do that now.
What's Your Beef Wednesday on the Morning Rush is brought to you by Richard's Country Meat Market in Fayetteville. No other meat market is in the same league when it comes to the selection, quality, and value you get from Richard's.
Oh, God, it's so good. So good and tasty.
1 block east of College and Rolling Hills Drive at 3042 North Market Avenue. Online at richardscountrymeatmarket.com.
So, the cow era, whether just half a year in or if we're still talking about in 5 years, has not always got to be smooth. You're going to have letdowns. You're going to have losses in the season that have you scratch your head. It's like, how do we have this talent? How is this not working with the amount of skill that you have on the floor? I think what I've gotten frustrated with, and maybe I shouldn't let it frustrate me, is like this Field of 68 account that's run by Rob Doster. Jeff Goodman's a part of it. There's several other former college basketball players. It's like they have this like personal vendetta against John Calipari. And my thing is they're like making fun of him for losing in November and December. And we're not even close. Now, you would love a marquee win against Baylor to add to your resume in Dallas. You would love another one in Kansas City in the most viewed regular season game in quite some time. But like these are supposed to be credible college basketball analysts. And it just blows my mind that they're not understanding that it's still way early. I mean, it is December 11th right now. We're not even in basketball season. You've got college football playoff. You've got Arkansas bowl game. You've got all bowl season coming up. National championship hadn't been decided. And yet they're acting like
they're just bitter because he left a program that they viewed was way above Arkansas.
I guess.
For a program that they probably didn't really respect to begin with. So, I mean, that's kind of my viewpoint on it.
Well, you might be on there's something, Big Steve. Hey, speaking of respect, I respect Larry Rath texted me last night saying, hey, man, you've been doing a great job talking about us. It's easy to talk about Larry and David Rath at Rath Auto Resources and Rath Mitsubishi. Always helping you out. Mighty Key Car Care Center, great in both locations. Make sure you're following Rath Auto Resources and Rath Mitsubishi on social media. They just gave a $250 gift card away to Harps. Rath Auto Resources and Rath Mitsubishi.
Time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home. The Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's #1 mobile app for placing sports wagers.
In Arkansas, 7 out of every $10 placed on a sporting bet app is with Bet Saracen, because Bet Saracen offers more ways to win and more ways to get paid, and faster. Find your winners on Bet Saracen and look for my R prop bet specials. I pick them and you win them.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Hi, I'm Truett Tullett with WT Equipment in Springdale. As the year ends, we're motivated to move inventory and meet all your equipment needs. Take advantage of year-end pricing on New Holland, Bobcat, Hustler, Steel, and more across our 8 locations in Arkansas and Louisiana. Stop by for a cup of coffee or visit us online at WTEquip.com. Thank you for your business, and we wish you a Merry Christmas, a safe New Year, and a prosperous 2025.
This is the Morning Rush.
Hi, everybody. Larry Rath here for Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, where all we do is keep you rolling. If you're needing a used car, we've got them. Everything from the most affordable cash cars to road-ready certified with warranty. The best used cars your money can buy. And we've got a finance option for everyone, whether you have great credit and you're looking for the best rate or you're needing to build your credit with a reputable lender. We've got you. Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center. All the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath.
Are you ready to indulge in an unforgettable fine dining experience? Then come join us at Uncorked, where every meal is a masterpiece, crafted with the finest ingredients to tantalize your taste buds. And with our extensive selection of cocktails, wine, craft beer, and bourbons, we've got something for everyone. So why not take a break from the ordinary and join us on Phoenix Avenue next to Sodi's? Come savor the moment with us at Uncorked, where every visit is a celebration.
Remodeling your bathroom? Don't let your imagination be limited by out-of-the-box shower doors or tub enclosures. Arkansas Glass and Mirror is your local source for all things glass, including plexiglass, mirrors, and shower doors since 1964. Arkansas Glass and Mirror has more selections, better prices, and the experience to help you build the shower of your dreams. They also have the only showroom in the area to help you create those dreams. Professional installation and professional service. Only at Arkansas Glass and Mirror, 1316 South Zero, Fort Smith, or online at arkansasglassandmirror.com.
Who can you trust to sell your home for the most money with the least amount of drama? You need a team of agents with decades of experience, commitment, and of course, tens of thousands in marketing. I'm talking about the Limbird team. Tara Limbird, Limbird Real Estate Group, has sold over $1 billion in real estate. Tara's team can give you a cash offer in 72 hours, or use Tara's high-octane marketing to sell your home quite possibly for thousands over asking. Find out more at limbirdteam.com. LIMBIRD.
Hanging with Danny Cobb at American Welding Laboratories. Danny, tell us about the school.
Well, Tommy, we're going on 3 years in operation. We teach all aspects of welding, from stick welding all the way to combination pipe.
So how's the job market these days?
Job market's wide open, whether you want to stay local or hit the road. As a licensed institution, we have access to many grants, including the GI Bill now.
Great. How do we get started?
Come by 4400 South 16th, take a tour, talk to our instructors.
It's American Welding Laboratories. Find out more at theweldinglab.com.
Brothers Roofing and Restoration, a licensed and insured local roofing contractor in Arkansas. Since his playing days for the Hogs, Brother Alexander has been on rooftops, many years as an adjuster, and in the past decade as a roofing contractor. He knows how to help you through the insurance process while replacing your roof using only the industry's best materials. And being a lifelong Arkansan, he'll be here to stand behind his workmanship and warranty. Call 479-353-3877 to arrange a time for Brother and his team to inspect your roof.
Your home is your biggest asset. So when you decide to add a sunroom, a patio cover, a new driveway, or new windows, you need to call a company you can trust. Sawyers has been part of your community for over 30 years. They're insured, licensed, and have 100% financing for all of their products. Take all the worry out of your next project. Call Sawyers and let them handle it from permitting to completion. Sawyers, serving the River Valley and Northwest Arkansas with a full showroom located in Fort Smith, or online at sawyers-sunrooms.com.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, lots of sunshine. It'll be quite breezy today with northwesterly winds 15 to 30 miles per hour. Mainly clear, a cold one tonight, overnight low in the upper 20s. Back to sunshine, a high in the low to mid 50s on Thursday and Friday. Chance of showers back in the 50s. I'm Sally Russell with the forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by Shamrock Liquor Warehouse, 5609 Midland Boulevard, your leader in fine wines, beers, and spirits. You're listening to The Morning Rush on ESPN 95.3, KERX Paris, Fort Smith.
Don't touch my beef jerky now.
This hour of The Morning Rush is brought to you by Bud Light, brewed with the best barley, rice, water, and hops to be America's favorite light beer. Bud Light, please drink responsibly.
John Calipari is now 16-12 all time in Madison Square Garden. I don't know about all the others, but I know this one was a thriller. And he looks pretty happy right now as he celebrates down on the floor. Arkansas beats Michigan 89-87 in the Jimmy V Classic. They're calling the Hogs at Madison Square Garden.
This is The Morning Rush.
New York.
How about that scene last night? I mean, what a game. Could have gone either way, honestly. Michigan was getting your breaks in first half, and then Arkansas just started pounding them in the second.
It kind of looked like Arkansas was going to just completely run away with it the
Oh,
way
it
they
was
were
nice.
playing, man. I don't, you got to credit Michigan for kind of flipping the script, but
Yeah.
I didn't expect that.
No
It just-
question. No question. Got to give him credit. We're about to give some credit to our friend Richard Davenport, who joins us coming up on a What's Your Beef Wednesday, brought to you by our friends at Richard's Country Meat Market. Richard's has gotten credit for making people's holidays easier for so many years. You can give them a call, 479-443-0000. I'm going to throw some things at you. Prime rib, pork crown roast, beef tenderloin, fresh fish. That's what you need for your holiday feast, just like Grandma makes. Homemade desserts, pies, cookies, banana pudding, sides, deli trays. They got it all. Stop by and see them. 3042 North Market Avenue in Fayetteville, or online at richardscountrymeatmarket.com. Richards Country Meat Market, where your holiday meals begin. So there's plenty of things we can discuss with RD about basketball-wise. We'll do that coming up. But, Richard, I kind of want to start with the transfer portal. I know that you've had to stay on your toes with reports on who's leaving, in some cases who's coming back. Let's start with Russell, man. It sounded like he had entered the portal. Now he's back. What do you make of the news of the freshman, soon-to-be sophomore running back coming back for another year at Arkansas?
It doesn't happen a lot, but it's not totally unusual for a kid to enter the portal and then withdraw. Obviously, I heard you and Tommy talk earlier, and anytime anything happens with college athletes nowadays, and something like this, you automatically think of NIL, and maybe Arkansas came back with a different offer, or who knows? I don't know. All I know is that I was told that he was out of the portal. Will he stay out of the portal because he has till the 28th to get back in? I tend to think that's going to be the case. But as far as why he jumped in and jumped out, couldn't tell you.
Richard, I know there's a good chunk of them to keep up with, but if you, based on your assessment, I see in the press box each week, who's been the biggest loss for Arkansas thus far through these first couple days?
I'd say Luke. Luke has. I'd definitely say he was. Obviously, his numbers weren't what you expected this year, but I think some of that, Armstrong was getting a lot of the passes, and I think Luke probably would have maybe gotten quite a few more touches next year if he would have stayed. But obviously, that's not the case. But I think if he's going to look at all of them, I would probably say him. I was just looking at the list, and I was comparing to last year. Last year, Arkansas lost 10 starters to the portal. As of right now, they have 7 that have entered. So if nobody else enters, it was a starter. I'm not trying to say that everything's hunky dory, but it could be less than what it was last year, and obviously they improved as a team this past season. So who knows? But obviously the portal doesn't close till the 29th, so got plenty of time for other guys to get in.
Richard, you put out something this week. We're talking with Richard Davenport, by the way, Whole Hog Sports Arkansas at Democrat Gazette, that according to On3, roughly 25% of all FBS scholarship players hit the portal during last season. 1 of 4, basically. You think that number's expanded upon? You think there's more this year?
I couldn't tell you right now. I mean, it's so early. I think, and don't quote me on this, but I think I've seen the numbers have increased, especially in basketball, each year. I could be wrong. It just seems like that rings a bell. Seems like I've seen that in the past, and I don't know if that's the case with football this year, but we'll know more obviously after the portal closes. But it's definitely a trend, and when it's 1 out of 4, I mean that's just crazy. And I was just looking at other schools from the 24 that the amount of guys that left and transferred in. What Arkansas right now, Arkansas is probably about at the average of what it was last year. Not all schools obviously had 20, 21 guys leave, but you had some with higher numbers than that, and then you had some down to around 9 or 10. So it's something that we're just going to have to get used to and adjust to, but you obviously want to keep every guy possible, as far especially contributors on your roster. But obviously that doesn't happen. You see it everywhere.
Richard, you lost Chris Pupal to Ole Miss last year. There are various reports that are linking Nico Davier, Luke Haz, Jalen Braxton, and Patrick Kudus to Oxford 2. Lane Kiffin even went as far to retweet a tweet from my buddy Zach that's saying, "We are becoming the Ole Miss farm team." What a disaster. How big of a problem is Ole Miss right now in Oxford when it comes to Arkansas and recruiting not just players in high school, but in the portal and on their own roster?
Well, I mean, obviously you don't like that. It looks like it doesn't look like they're going to visit. Whether or not they end up there or not, we'll find out. I think all of them are going to have multiple opportunities to transfer to other schools. So, but I think it's just after what Ole Miss did to Arkansas, this year, and then you have Paul go over there, then the possibility of more guys going. That obviously doesn't make you feel good, if you're a fan.
Yeah, it's been more negative news. Now, how it plays out every year, that like the negative news comes first, and then you get some positive news. So maybe some positive reinforcement you can give us, RD. I know there's like the Texas A&M tight ends coming in here this weekend. I think the Southeastern Missouri State tight ends coming in. Who are some of the guys that maybe you have knowledge of that might be making a trip or are set soon to make a trip here in Fayetteville?
Well, a lot of people know this guy that from last year that visited Arkansas, and I think Arkansas and Oregon fought him out, and Oregon won at the time. But they call him Shaq McRoy, 6'8", about 360 pounds, from Alabama, who made an official visit to Arkansas in June prior to his senior year, and he's supposed to get on campus on Thursday. Excuse me. Obviously transferring from Oregon, kind of saw that a little bit just from the standpoint a Southern kid going to Oregon. You don't see it a whole lot, and it's just somewhat of a culture shock. I mean, I don't know if there's too much soul food out there compared to in the South, and you're used to cornbread and all the fixings in the South.
What do they eat? What do they eat in Eugene, Richard? What do they eat in Eugene?
I don't know. I've been to Oregon several times, but it's just a little different. And I thought that there would be a possibility he might transfer, and obviously he is. But as far as trying to look at the bright spot. Last year, like I said, 10 starters left. Arkansas hit on just about every transfer last year, and you did see improvement. I get 6-6 record, but you throw away some. You clean up the turnovers. Arkansas probably wins another 2 or 3 games. Got to clean that up next year, but you're at 6-6 because you earned it. And you didn't play clean. So, but. Also, you got DT Sheffield from North Texas coming in for an official visit on Friday and Saturday. He had over 800 yards receiving and 11 touchdowns this past season. He's also added offers from Pittsburgh, Oklahoma State, Georgia Tech, Mississippi State, UCLA, Utah, and several others since he's been in the portal. So he'll be coming in. And you mentioned Jaden Blatt, the Texas A&M tight end. He's seen limited action at in College Station, but he was by one recruiting service rated the number 4 tight end in the country in the 23 class. So 6'5", about 260 pounds. So obviously he's got some talent, but just didn't see the field for various reasons. So he'll be coming in, and there'll be some others. You got this week and next week, and then it goes dead. Yeah, so things are going to be hopping over, obviously, this week and next week. Next week will probably be even more intense, just because these guys are jumping in the portal and you're trying to get them on campus, and it takes a while to get them on campus.
Richard, before we let you go, I want to go back to last night's 2-point win, 89-87 over the Michigan Wolverines. Bright lights, Madison Square Garden on ESPN. Cal pops on SVP after. How big of a win was that for Arkansas basketball this season, giving them a top 15 victory over the Wolverines?
Well, obviously that was the best win of the year. I mean, Miami was a decent win. I mean, I think Miami's 3-7 right now, but you did beat them on the road. So that you beat number 14 team in the country, neutral site, and the impressive thing was you could tell it was a pro Arkansas crowd, and I think that just stuff like that just kind of resonates with kids, and I think Boogie mentioned that.
Oh yeah, very compliment him and DJ.
But no, that was after the Miami game. I said that's the type of game that you can build on. Well, it appears that they're continuing to build off of that, and to be able to beat the number 14 team in the country like they did. I think it shows when they play with intensity on defense, and they distribute the ball. They got a chance to beat anybody in the country. Now, when they don't do those two things, they could lose just about anybody.
Richard, we'll leave it there, man. Thanks for jumping on with us. We'll chat next week.
All right, buddy. We'll see you.
That's our good friend Richard Davenport, Whole Hog Sports, Arkansas Democrat Gazette, always delivering the goods. Speaking of delivering the goods, Kevin Hickey, Brad Hull always can do that for you. They have grown their business in Mena in Central Arkansas. You've always known about in the River Valley and in Northwest Arkansas, but now they have the same great services in Mena and Central Arkansas. They have expanded on their location there, so if you have a divorce, custody case, if you need an attorney that can guide you through the process, the staff and attorneys at Hickey & Hull Law Partners have over 7 decades of combined experience and will be the firm that you need to see. Having seen and heard nearly every scenario you can imagine, Hickey & Hull Law Partners are ready to put that experience to work for you and get you the best results possible. Visit kevinhickeylaw.com or call 479-434-2414. to schedule your consultation. Hickey & Hull Law Partners. Things are about to get better. KevinHickeyLaw.com, 479-434-2414.
John Calipari, the last Corleone.
That was John Rothstein. I know that he likes to have little liners after wins. Arkansas again gets it done last night.
Explain to me what that means.
It's a Godfather reference. Yeah, that's all it is. But he's talking about Cal. If you missed him in the locker room after the game, he was pretty excited.
So I got to tell you this, because it's on my heart. You fought your butt off. That is a terrific offensive team. Proud of you. I'm telling you. We almost gave it away, but guess what? We did. All right. So hey, enjoy. Isn't winning a whole lot better than losing?
Oh yeah, Coach, it is. Now I know I've gotten some grief for it being my 30th birthday today, but I saw this interesting stats. Hog Stats is one of the best websites on Twitter. If you haven't been on and you love Arkansas basketball, just go to hogstats.com. Apparently, Arkansas is now 16-0 when a player scores at least 10 points on their birthday. Jonas Adu scored 11 points last night. Therefore, he got the game ball.
Who do we give the game ball to?
Several guys.
Jonas Adu might not get all the love, all the adulation, all the praise that, say, Boogie DJ, John L. Davis, high-flying Trevin gets at times. But he's your anchor. He's the most important player on this team. We saw what this team was without him or with him just playing limited minutes. He's the guy that can set Arkansas apart. You'd love to have another guy just like him. There is a drop-off inside between him and Big Z. Big C's more of a finesse big man. He's going to shoot the threes. Not that he won't get blocks here and there, but Jonas Adu is a dude down low, and I'm excited to see what he can expand his game here at Arkansas. Hey, if you're in the market for a job opportunity, then look no further than APAC Arcola. They have job openings in the Boone, Marion, and Baxter County areas. You can check them out in Northwest Arkansas as well. If you're a licensed CDL driver, heavy equipment operator, electrician, diesel mechanic, or have paving or concrete labor experience, then you can apply today at jobs.crh.com. They offer top pay, a sign-on bonus, benefits including retirement, insurance, and profit sharing. Apply online today at jobs.crh.com. That's jobs.crh.com. APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group is an equal opportunity employer. I have kind of an odd note to share with you as well. So some of you recognize the Wizard of Oz theme, which is pretty crazy. The ruby slippers in Wizard of Oz recently sold for $32.5 million. Wow. The slippers worn by Judy in 1939, that film, are one of only 4 surviving pairs. The bidder remains anonymous. Let's see. They were stolen from the Judy Garland Museum back in 2005 in Grand Rapids, Minnesota. Apparently not Michigan, Minnesota. And the FBI uncovered them as part of an operation in 2018. The previous sale, as the highest for any Hollywood memorabilia, was Marilyn Monroe's 7-year itch dress. It was $4.6 million in 2011. $32.5 million for a pair of slippers. Bob's in Tulsa. Bob, I'm assuming you wouldn't spend $32.5 million on a couple Wizard of slippers, would you? Bob.
Yes.
Hey.
What's up, man?
Hey, it's Bob. Really, it's your dad.
Oh, hey. Hey, Dad.
Just wanted to call and wish you a happy birthday.
I appreciate it, Dad. It means a lot.
So, anyway, well, I'll get off. I got other callers.
Are you in Tulsa?
Just wanted to wish you. No, I'm in Hot Springs.
Okay. All right, you're in Hot Springs this morning. Thanks, Dad.
Yep.
Wouldn't be here without
All right,
you.
buddy. All right.
I didn't think about that issue when, calling for him and then him not realizing it because I didn't tell him what name I was going to
Oh, okay.
use.
I got you. No, you're good. He was...
He told me to make up a name, so...
No, you're good. He's a good dad. I am very lucky. I was texting my stepmom this morning. I was actually texting my stepsister, too. I don't want to spend too much time on this, but just for a sec, I am eternally grateful for this opportunity to step on here each and every day. And I wouldn't be here without my dad, who was a single dad for a while after my mom passed away. I know blended families are not easy, but I have an awesome relationship with my stepmom and my 3 stepsisters who are just huge blessings in my life. And honestly, if it wasn't for my stepmom, I wouldn't have graduated college because I was a knucklehead. And she convinced my dad to let me go back to school and finish my degree and ultimately end up here today. Also, since Tommy's not listening right now, since he's at the airport, when you get older, you just start to reflect a little bit. And the passing of Bob has kind of jarred me a little bit just to be as gracious and thankful as I can when it comes to people around me. So whether it's my family, Tommy and all the you Big C and all the great staff we work with. I got multiple texts from this morning, and also just you as a listener, male, female, 20, 82, doesn't really matter. I just really appreciate you allowing me to come on here each and every day and doing what I've known since I've wanted to do since I was like 6 years old.
You got to cherish the good people around you.
Yes.
And that's what Bob was, and there's a lot of good people out there, and that's one thing that, like you said, that's opened my eyes to just when there are good people around you, don't take them for granted.
Yep, that's the best way to say it. All right, we're going to end it right there. Not the show, but the segment. We've got our SEC update coming up, some news involving the transfer portal, not just at Arkansas, but other SEC schools. We'll come back to that, and then we'll join Tommy again in New York in about 15 minutes or so as we roll on a What's Your Beef Wednesday.
Coverage is presented by Futrell Marine. Futrell Marine has Kawasaki Ridge and Ridge XR side-by-sides, offering peak premium performance that can handle whatever the outdoors throws your way. Gear up at FutrellMarine.com. And by Mock Legal Solutions, now in Fort Smith and Sallisaw, Oklahoma. Quality legal services for a low, flat cost. Call Jackie Mock at 479-769-1505. Mock Legal Solutions. Real advice, reasonable price.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
At Skechers, we put the S in comfort.
Wait. Skechers put the S in comfort?
Yes, comfort you have to feel to believe. Skechers, we put the S in comfort.
You sure? Because I won a spelling bee in the 5th grade, and I don't think there's an S in comfort.
Yes, Skechers, we put the S in comfort, like our hands-free Skechers slip-ins. Footwear that's completely touchless. You just step in and go. There's no bending down and no tying your shoes. And they have Skechers Air Cool Memory Foam for incredible comfort. Because at Skechers, we put the S in comfort.
Okay, well, I've got some Skechers slip-ins. Here, let me try. Okay, I'm just stepping in and... Oh, wow. Skechers put the S in comfort.
Duh. We told you.
See for yourself how Skechers put the S in comfort. Find Skechers slip-ins at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
Hey, this is former Razorback pitcher Connor Noland, and you're listening to The Morning Rush.
Hi, everybody. Larry Rath here for Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, where all we do is keep you rolling. If you're needing a used car, we've got them. Everything from the most affordable cash cars to road-ready certified with warranty. The best used cars your money can buy. And we've got a finance option for everyone, whether you have great credit and you're looking for the best rate or you're needing to build your credit with a reputable lender. We've got you. Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center. All the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath.
Waldron Wave Rural Connect. Internet is now available in your area. Fast fiber internet and full-featured home phone are ready for you. This covers areas around Waldron, Bates, Winfield, Y-City, and more. Check out your address online today. The best whole home solution of internet and phone, all from a local provider you can trust. Order online at signup.waveruralconnect.com or call 1-833-492-8372. Arkansas Valley Electric and Wave Rural Connect, changing the communities we serve.
Come on along, head for the mountains of Bushfield. Head for the mountains, it's cold and it's smooth and it's waiting for you. Come on, head for the mountains of Bushfield. Head for the mountains of Bush. Head for the mountains of Light.
Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2022. Anheuser-Busch, Busch & Busch Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Finding your joy in cycling is the main goal at Champion Cycling. Champion Cycling takes pride in helping you find the right bike. Whether it's a road bike, mountain bike, or just a bike for leisure, Champion Cycling has a great selection of bikes, including brands like Specialized Surly and Salsa. Need service or repair? The friendly, professionally trained technicians will assess your bike's needs and provide you with a free, no-obligation estimate. Find your joy in cycling at Champion Cycling, 5500 Mazur Road in Fort Smith.
Man, I wish I knew you were here. We hear that every day at In Stock Parts, located off Highway 45 across from the cold storage in Fort Smith. Are you a maintenance technician, landscaper, farmer, or a do-it-yourselfer in need of bearings, belts, or roller chain? Or safety supplies like gloves, safety glasses, or earplugs? Maybe you need drill bits, tap and die sets, lubricants, or even a gas-powered pump or generator. Don't waste your time driving around. Stop by In Stock Parts, your industrial parts resource, or check them out online at InStockParts.com. In Stock Parts.
It's Ty Richardson. We are live at Rainwater's Men's Clothing and Tuxedo Rental, and thank God for Gail Rainwater. Gail, I've got my sister's wedding. She's approved one of the suits you picked out for me. Man, I really appreciate all you've done for me these last couple of years because I've been to like 40-some-odd weddings.
Glad that she approved it. We always get you looking sharp. I know you get a lot of compliments on everything. We appreciate it.
When you stop by, make sure to tell Gail and his staff that Ty sent you.
Rainwater's Men's Clothing and Tuxedo Rental, where it's fun to look good.
If you knew all that Jody's Auto Service Centers can do for your vehicle and you'd never take your vehicle anywhere else.
My fleet is small, 14 trucks and cars. It's a struggle every day with parts, employees, and scheduling, but one thing I never worry about is vehicles. Jody's has special fleet pricing, special in and out service, or free shuttle and pickup and delivery service. And they do everything. Service, repair, and maintenance. That makes my life much easier. All my vehicles go to Jody's.
Latest technology and highly trained technicians means we could do it all. From the most highly technical repairs to everyday oil change specials, tires, everything, even diesels. Jody'sAuto.com schedule free shuttle service or pickup and delivery. Get a tire quote, get financing. Jody's Auto Service Centers, voted best of the best by our customers year after year. We're your neighbors since 1984 with 3 full-service locations in Fort Smith and Van Buren. See for yourself at JODYSAuto.com.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
But except we've got SEC buyers. Deal with it. They're the best.
In the SEC, it just means more.
I know one thing. The SEC has got a little tougher.
This is your SEC update on the Morning Rush. Brought to you by Burton Pools and Spas. Trusted pool experts and your source for backyard fun. Locations in Springdale, Fort Smith, and now in Greenland. Always online at burtonpools.com.
All right, let's get into your SEC update. John Calipari, pretty blunt about SEC basketball right now.
Woof. They're saying it's like SEC baseball. Every game in the basketball now is a game you can lose.
Both SEC teams won last night in Madison Square Garden as Arkansas beats Michigan by 2, and Tennessee, I think, won by like 12 or something like that. Either way, SEC is going to be difficult. First game you have is the team that was playing before you last night. Volunteers, January 4th, which is Saturday, noon. Cal expanded on that a little bit, too.
I just laughed that we lose to Baylor and Illinois. They're both top 15 teams. Yeah. And all of a sudden, we're like, chopped liver. Wait a minute. We're pretty good. Being 8-2, we got some home games. I'm going to tell you, this league, everyone in the league is looking like, where do we win a game? Everybody.
Yep. It is a tough league, and Arkansas hoping to be in the fold once conference play starts. Football news. Jackson Arnold, according to Justin Hokanson, is visiting Auburn this weekend. Former Oklahoma quarterback that's entered his name in the transfer portal. Michael Van Buren, freshman that was heading up Jeff Levy's offense this year, is hitting the transfer portal. We had a call earlier. Brent was wondering why Andrew Armstrong was not a first-team All-SEC guy. Ryan Williams and Luther Burden were the All-SEC wide receivers as selected by the coaches. Jackson Dart was first-team quarterback. Quinn Ewers was second-team quarterback. And Andrew and Lando were both second-team All-SEC guys. And then you had Fernando Carmona Jr., was a third-team All-SEC guy, and Xavier Sori was also a third-teamer too. So those are your SEC guys that made the list. Also, congratulations to Izzy Higginbotham, who was co-SEC Player of the Week in women's basketball. That is your SEC update, brought to you by our friends at Burton Pools and Spas. Hey, are you stressed out? Well, maybe a pool or a hot tub could help you out with that. They have the best-selling hot tubs at Burton Pools and Spas, and enjoy free local delivery, installation, and water testing. Treat yourself to relaxation with Burton Pools and Spas with the hot tub that you need. At Burton, they don't just sell hot tubs. They sell long-term relationships. Fort Smith, Greenland, and in Springdale are the 3 locations that you can find burn pools and spas. During the break, Christian showed me a little story. Christian, why don't you go and read what someone in Ohio is trying to do in the Horseshoe in Columbus?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. On3 Sports is kind of reporting this. The Ohio State representative Josh Williams introduced the Ohio Sportsmanship Act on Tuesday. This act would make it a felony offense to plant a flag in the center of Ohio Stadium. That is about as weak as it gets. I mean, I think that's part of the beauty of sports.
Yeah.
Ohio State, I'm sure, has done similar things in the past.
I hope Tennessee beats them in a couple weeks and then does it right in the Horseshoe.
I think they did something when they beat Michigan on their field similar to that.
Did they?
But I think we're kind of missing the mark here. There's a lot more that needs to be fixed with college sports before something like that, you know?
I would think so. But, you know,
NIL and stuff, there just needs to be more attention focused on the bigger issue right now.
People get caught up with with things like that don't necessarily matter in the grand scheme of things. Speaking of NIL, I don't know if this is right or not. It's just kind of where my head initially went to when I saw this. Braylon Russell has withdrawn his name from the transfer portal. Apparently, On3 reported that yesterday. Another report from them. Braylon had a great game against Tennessee, ended up with over 300 yards and 2 touchdowns this season. Didn't really see any action down the stretch due to injury or whatever it was. That being said, he's back on the team. I don't know if it was money related. That's what he's got. That's where my mind initially went. But that was a loss that you saw yesterday. If you're on social media, if you were in a text group or someone told you about it, or you were listening here on ESPN Arkansas and hitthatline.com, that hurt. He's been an Arkansas kid, and you liked what you saw from him at times this season. And now we're just hoping that he can expand on his game this upcoming year. Jaquinta Jackson accepted the East-West Shrine Bowl invite, which typically means he's not coming back. I haven't seen. Maybe it's on Instagram. I looked on his Twitter, and I didn't see it on his Twitter. But I haven't seen any announcement from him that he is 100% foregoing his senior season, and still kind of waiting on that, if that's happening or not. But I'm just kind of reading the tea leaves when it comes to that. I hope Jaquinta comes back for another year. He still has another year of eligibility. We'll have to wait and see on that timeline to see if that happens at all. I know people are already deciding right now what Arkansas is going to be next season. I'll tell you, the outlook it's tough just because of your schedule. Richard kind of talked earlier that, I mean, you did bring in some players that had significant contributions last year, and you're hoping that you can hit on some transfer portal additions again this season. We'll have to wait and see some guys that are coming in. If you missed our conversation with Richard, he kind of went over some of the guys that are going to be making trips to Fayetteville. That'd be a good conversation. You can either go back and listen to it on our video stream or always in the Bud Light Morning Rush podcast. Hey, maybe you're in the housing market of either sprucing up your existing one or building a brand new one. You can trust the experts at Farm Credit of Western Arkansas to help you choose the financing option that's best for you. Visit myaglender.com or drop by one of 25 Farm Credit locations across Arkansas. Farm Credit of Western Arkansas has been doing it for a long time. And again, 25 locations to help you get started on building more family memories. So after the game last night, after the 2-point win, Cal got asked, hey, kind of what's the team look like? What's the rest of the season look like? Here's what he said about the ceiling.
You and I know if you want to have a good college team, you better have good guards. And we have good guards. Nelly's going to get better. He's getting into the feel of how he's got to play. He's going to be fine. Carter has to get us that next guy with size who can also score, but we need all the other things from him. With Adu and those 3 bigs, you know, Billy Richmond had played well until the last week or so, and it's just his effort and energy. So I like my team. We got work to do, but we got a high ceiling. We really do.
I like that. And as we're talking about, the SEC is pretty it's pretty tough right now. You've got a lot of roadblocks that you're going to have to deal through in the conference. Arkansas has got Alabama at home, but they go to Knoxville, they go to Auburn, to Lexington, who I would argue are the 3 of the top 4 teams in the league are playing on the road this year. So we'll see how Cal handle it. He, even in the midst of like basketball discussion, he has some fun while he's talking with either the media or with Chuck and Z.
I put Ronnie Brewer in charge of the pregame out in the hallway, get these guys going. I said, you did a hell of a job. We're down 15.
Just messing with Coach Brewer there a sec with Z. Heard Z laughing in the background, but he's still trying to have fun. He seems to be enjoying himself at Arkansas. Now, it's always more enjoyable watching Arkansas basketball, when they win, which they were able to last night. Hopefully they continue on that side of things. It's What's Your Beef Wednesday here on The Morning Rush, brought to you by our friends at Richard's Country Meat Market. We're also brought to you by our friends at Riley Farm Dental. That's now Valley Family Dental. It's formerly Riley Farm Dental, but now Valley Family Dental at the entrance of Riley Farm. They provide every type of dental care and procedures for you, your family, general dentistry, braces, implants, and cosmetics. Dr. Sparkman, Farmer, and now Dr. Blaine Van Nuys work to give you all their patients better lives with a better smile, more confident, and a comfortable experience every single time. Valley Family Dental, 5901 Riley Farm Drive, Suite A at the entrance to Riley Farm, now offering same-day crowns. Call 226-3500 for an appointment or visit valleyfamilydentalpractice.com. Mention you heard this ad on ESPN Radio at your next appointment and receive a free bleaching kit or $100 off in accelerated whitening. Christian, it's always good to get something free by just like saying one little thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And, I've learned, all things that are free aren't truly free, but in this case, it seems like that's true.
You got to take advantage of it on that situation. Now, as we roll on here on a What's Your Beef Wednesday, Christian, I gave you one earlier just talking about, like, whatever reason, Field of 68 seems to have like a vendetta or a thing against Cal. Do you have any beefs here on this What's Your Beef Wednesday?
No, I don't really have any beefs. If you're talking about football, I mean, I know a lot of fans right now are getting up in arms about players leaving. That's kind of just the way it is.
I think my beef is you just don't know 100% why. Like, I'm having to assume it's money. I'm having to assume it's NIL. I'm having to assume, and just because I want something doesn't mean I have a right to it or anything. But I think that's a beef of a lot of our listeners is like you see guys leaving and you see guys that you really enjoyed watching this past year. You think, oh, they have a bright future. And then they dip and you're just like, why? That's the beef. If you don't have an answer or explanation, you might hear things, you might read things, but you don't have anything that is from the coach, from the player that, hey, why is this guy leaving? Not, again, you don't have a right to it, but you can still be frustrated about it.
Oh, definitely be frustrated. But I think with the way football is, you can almost just assume, and it may not be the only reason, that it's something with money. And getting mad about that, I don't know what getting mad will change in that aspect. There's always, the opportunity to bring in other guys. I understand, right now it's kind of nerve-wracking because you're really not bringing in guys, but that's just the way it is. It's just reload, replace every year, and I guess the sooner you kind of accept it, the more, the less stress you'll have, because it can be stressful if you're waiting on pins and needles, seeing who's transferring. Oh my gosh, don't fall in love with every player. It's a business now. Don't fall in love with a player. I hate to say it, but while college football is the way it is, it doesn't do you any good to, man, I wish this guy comes back next year, because you'll probably get disappointed.
Honestly, it's kind of how it's set up nowadays. All right, but later on today, I've got a few things that I have to tidy up. I'm going to see a friend for lunch. I've got to take care of some stuff, work here. But I am going to stop by. I've got this event on Friday, and I was actually texting two of my friends that are getting married at the end of the month. I've got to make sure I'm situated for their wedding as well. I'm going to stop by and see my buddy Gail at Rainwaters, 9700 Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith. I need a new button down for this weekend. Gail always helps me out. Something as simple as just a button up. Maybe it's a full suit. I know a lot of you just want to rent. Like, you don't go to a lot of nice occasions. It's just like a one-off. Well, he has suit and tuxedo rental as well. Kids stuff. You think about spring weddings coming up. You think about formal, prom, whatever the case may be. Gail Rainwater can help you out. I've looked like a slappy for a good chunk of my life, but at least when I go out in public in some of these events, Gail makes sure I at least appear to know what I'm doing. He's the epitome of a men's clothing store owner. He's very well dressed, he's very authentic, and he'll help you through whatever you need. Rainwater's men's clothing and tuxedo rental. You can check him out at rainwater-s.com. Make sure when you stop by and see Gail and his staff that you tell him that Ty sent you. Rainwater's men's clothing and tuxedo rental, because it's fun to look good. We check in with Tommy Kraft live from New York next.
What's Your Beef Wednesday is brought to you by Richard's Country Meat Market in Fayetteville. Online at richardscountrymeatmarket.com.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
This college football moment is brought to you by ServPro.
College football teams have moments they recovered from and made it like it never even happened. For instance, TCU walked into the locker room at halftime in the 2016 Alamo Bowl, down 31-0. The Horned Frogs stormed into the second half and erased a 31-point deficit to force overtime, and eventually won it in the third overtime, 47-41.
ServPro, like it never even happened.
APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group has immediate openings in the Northwest Arkansas area. If you're a licensed CDL driver, heavy equipment operator, electrician, diesel mechanic, have paving or concrete labor experience, or experience in a quarry, apply today at jobs.crh.com. APAC offers top pay, a sign-on bonus, benefits including insurance, retirement, and profit sharing. Apply online today at jobs.crh.com. APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group is an equal opportunity employer.
John Calipari, the last Corleone.
This is the Morning Rush.
Up to $10,000 off or $7,000 off and 0% financing on select 2024 GMC Sierras at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The 24 GMC Sierra will conquer the road with confidence. Up to $10,000 off or take $7,000 in discounts and 0% financing with approved credit. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
Finding your joy in cycling is the main goal at Champion Cycling. Champion Cycling takes pride in helping you find the right bike. Whether it's a road bike, mountain bike, or just a bike for leisure, Champion Cycling has a great selection of bikes, including brands like Specialized Surly and Salsa. Need service or repair? The friendly, professionally trained technicians will assess your bike's needs and provide you with a free, no-obligation estimate. Find your joy in cycling at Champion Cycling, 5500 Mazur Road in Fort Smith.
After I drop the kids off, I have to run across town for a meeting, hit the gym during lunch. Jake has soccer tonight, and Emily has gymnastics? Oh, did I turn on the crock pot this morning?
With the never-ending to-do list, it's easy to forget something important, like setting up a life insurance plan with Shelter Insurance. Your local Shelter agent can show you how to create a safety net for your family. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
See Agent Chris Dooley in Fort Smith.
Whether you're planting a tree in your backyard or trenching at a construction site, a call to 811 helps prevent dangerous damage to underground utilities and is the first step in keeping yourself and your community safe. Hitting a line can knock out service to your home and neighborhood, resulting in fines, damages, serious injury, or worse. Safety is in your hands. Call 811 before you dig. It's easy, it's free, and it's the law. This message is brought to you by Black Hills Energy.
Catch your wife kissing Santa Claus, whose real name is Bobby from down the street? Want to know your rights in a divorce, custody, child support case? I'm Jackie Mock with Mock Legal Solutions. Call me today to discuss your options. Start the new year off with a new lease on life for you, and let Santa have her. Mock Legal Solutions, 479-769-1505. Real advice, reasonable price.
At Arvest Bank, we believe in the power of serving others. That's why we're committed to working with and supporting those who serve our communities. From the ones who are making a difference in big and small ways every day, to those who are helping create better tomorrows. We appreciate everything you do, and we're proud to work alongside you. Because every community deserves a financial partner who cares. Our Best Bank. We believe.
You never know what you will walk up on or find over the hill at the Tackle Box. For almost 50 years, the Tackle Box has been your home for hunting and fishing supplies and some of the best outdoor stories. Whether guns, ammo, fishing supplies, or home decor, come back and see them again. They even buy your old fishing tackle or guns. The Tackle Box, your sports store for hunting, fishing, firearms, and more. 3010 Street, Fort Smith, 646-3193.
The adventure starts at the Tackle Box for sportsmen just like you.
'Tis the season for Hardee's handcrafted goodness. Made from scratch buttermilk biscuits pulled fresh from the oven. The return of special traditions like salty sweet candied bacon. And faithful friends like Hardee's cinnamon raisin biscuits gathered near to us and served all day, all season long. From icing drizzled biscuits to savory charbroiled burgers, unwrap the holiday goodness of Hardee's. And now enjoy breakfast till noon. Available for limited time at participating locations. Items may vary.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Dumps it underneath. Golden shot blocked by Brazil. And then they had to foul Trevin after he came up with the ball. Brazil blocked the 7-footer shot.
I just laughed that we lose to Baylor and Illinois. They're both top 15s. Yeah. And all of a sudden we're like, chopped liver. Wait a minute, we're pretty good. Being 8-2, we got some home games. I'm going to tell you, this league, everyone in the league is looking like, where do we win a game? Everybody.
This is The Morning Rush.
Wintertime in New York town.
That was John Calipari after last night's 2-point win over the Michigan Wolverines. We're going to chat with Tommy live from New York coming up in just one bit. Before we do that, I want to tell you about our friends at Arts Barbecue and Burgers in Fort Smith. Always love stopping by Arts. In fact, I got a text from my buddy Brian Privet, who works there this morning. Love seeing Wade, love seeing Morgan. And I want to give them a shout out because every single one of my family members loved the smoked large turkey that we got for Thanksgiving. So Wade, Morgan, I appreciate everything you guys do on a daily basis in terms of food-wise, and then especially around the holiday season. That was awesome. So need something for anything, like just lunch. I know Brent was texting me a week or so ago. It's like, hey, we need to come by. We need to stop by Arts. It's always a great time at Arts Barbecue and Burgers on Rogers Avenue next to Buddy's in Fort Smith. Now, I was kind of curious. I don't know if you guys were surprised to see that Arkansas is still a favorite against Texas Tech in this upcoming Liberty Bowl game. Haven't seen.
How do you even pick a favorite? I know you have to.
That's what, like, when I pull up the Bet Saracen app, Arkansas, it's dropped a little bit. Arkansas is only a 1.5-point favorite now. You can always find any game, Arkansas, Michigan, Arkansas, Texas Tech, any of the bowl games, college football playoff, all that stuff on the Bet Saracen app. But when I pulled it up, I was just like kind of surprised. Maybe we'll hear from Neil Atkinson about this on Friday on halftime. Like, it's so hard to figure out where they need to be, what the line needs to be, these matchups. When, like you said, Christian, it's like you don't know who's playing, man.
Yeah, it's just hard. I mean, if you knew like what both team would be, their roster going into the game, I could see maybe getting an idea. Because if you're going by the regular season, I mean, Arkansas, you would think they would be favored, but they're not going to be at full strength. Texas Tech may be a little more at full strength. We just have to wait and see. But last year against Kansas, Arkansas was able to hold their own pretty well. I would like to think Arkansas, no matter who they got out there, they've got a shot, to beat Texas Tech.
Yeah, that is the hope in the situation. So we'll see if see that. Tommy said his flight's at noon, so that's 11 here. So I think he's just hopping on the plane. But I know he's had fun in New York City, and we really appreciate Mock Legal Solutions. Jackie and her team can help you out with quality legal services. 479-769-1505. Jackie actually sent me a birthday text this morning. Really appreciate her, Matt, and their entire team for just being awesome people. Mock Legal Solutions, real advice, reasonable price, and by Futural Marine. Futural Marine has Kawasaki Ridge and Ridge XRs side by side featuring peak premium performance that can handle whatever the outdoors throws your way. Again, the Kawasaki Ridge and Ridge XR side-by-sides. Gear up at futuralmarine.com. All right, Tommy, I know you're about to hop on a plane. Are you literally on the plane right now when you're taking this call?
No, we're in the terminal, but just waiting on the flight to start boarding here in about 20 minutes.
Okay. Has it been pushed back a little bit?
No,
Okay.
we're on time.
That's good. That's good. I know some people, again, making their way back. I think, Tommy, I mean, you could tell it was worth the trip. I mean, not just because of the win, but, man, there seemed like a lot of like Bruce Stan, Pradko fishing, him and YN were there. I know that they both had a good time. Tennessee won. Arkansas won. Sure seems like that everyone I've talked to said, man, it was definitely worth the whatever amount of money I spent to go up here.
Man, I'm just checking Facebook really in depth for the first time last few days, and seeing guys that, in my golf group and some different ones I didn't know were coming up here. And it's not like you're just going to bump into people in New York City. So, yeah, I mean, right now here in Terminal B near the American Airline gate, there's a lot of Razorback Red. Flight to XNA here, or flight to Charlotte that'll connect to XNA is going to be full of hog fans. So there's flight later on. There was flight this morning. They're nonstop to XNA. So, there's plenty of Razorback folks here in the airport right now.
We got it,
and happy fans too.
How many autographs have you had to sign?
0.
Okay.
Exactly 0.
Okay. Well, I assumed it would be at least 1, but that's what I get for assuming. Tommy, it is a What's Your Beef Wednesday, brought to you by our friends at Richard's Country Meat Market. I know you've had some fun the last 24 hours. Do you have any beef prices maybe in New York relative to Fayetteville, Fort Smith, ECT?
I mean, you expect that. Here's my beef, and this was a problem on the way down. I hope it's not on the way back. When you get on a plane and you have a carry-on bag, you don't just throw it in the first open bin 20 rows ahead of your seat. You put it somewhere near your seat, because the problem becomes then when the person getting on the plane that's behind you somehow tries to put their bag near their seat, there's no room. And then they have to go all the way back to the plane to put their bag, then come back. We had that problem on the way down here. It congested everything where, people just getting on and throwing their bag in the first open bin. Well, then when the person that's sitting in row 8 goes to sit down, there's no place for them to put their bag because someone in row 20's already put their bag there. That's just have some decency. As George Costanza said, we're living in a society here.
I'm surprised you didn't. Did Bruce not get a private jet with Pradko to take y'all there in too?
If he did, I was not invited.
Okay, so maybe that's just him and his wife are
I bet his jet looks a lot like mine. It says American or something like that on the side of it.
All righty. Well, be safe getting back, and we will see you bright and early tomorrow at 9 a.m. I say that tongue in cheek.
I will be there.
Okay. All right. Glad that we got to experience Madison Square Garden. It's an awesome place. I'd like to go back at some point. And apparently, according to Cal, it sounds like that he enjoyed the trip, and they're going to try and make it happen next year. And as Tommy brought up earlier, Cal has the sway to be able to make something like that happen. Maybe it's Michigan. Maybe it's another opponent next year in Madison Square Garden. Hey, this has been fun. Appreciate everyone joining us here on a What's Your Beef Wednesday. Appreciate the birthday text here on my 30th. Hopefully, there's some areas in my life that I've moved past my 20s. We'll see if that ends up happening or not. But for now, we hand the microphones and the headsets to our friends Phil Elson and Matt Jones. Phil sent me a funny text this morning. Guy's a goober, man. He cracks me up. I love doing a show with him. Love being a coworker of his, and I love handing the mic to him next. Halftime, next 3 hours, followed by Ruskin and Zach. Have a great Wednesday, everybody. We're back tomorrow at 9 a.m.
Hey, Hog fans, this is Matt.